Peace YouTube, who is Sugar, back with another video, baby. All right, I have 10 minutes, okay, to get this video off, so we're gonna make it happen. Now, this is going to be another homeschooling video. If you missed my previous homeschooling video, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description bar. In that video, I did an empty homeschool classroom tour, and also I asked you all to ask me a question if you had any regarding my whole homeschooling experience. Now, someone in the comments wanted to know what were the hurdles that I've had in homeschooling and how I overcame them. So if you are interested in knowing all about that, keep watching. Now, the first step in reducing hurdles in the whole homeschooling ministry is to plan. That means having your lesson plans printed out, taking a look at your lesson plans before you start teaching, because you want your child to know that you know what you're talking about. And if you go in there the first day of school or 1 week of school and you're fumbling and you're all flustered and frustrated, it may affect the child. So take a look at your plans to make sure that you know what's going on. I know what you're thinking, but Shug, what is all this about and stuff? Okay, so I'm editing. First, I'm running some errands, but I'm editing the video and I realized that I left some things out. So I said, let me swing in here right quick and add them. That's called dedication. So we were talking about reducing frustrations and hurdles and things like that. Another thing that I do is I get all of my work out for the week and I put it in order from what we're going to do first on Monday to what we're going to do last on Friday. That way, I know that I have everything that I need. That means that I also looked at my lesson plans to make sure that I have everything that I need, including any supplies that are necessary. Also, you need to know how many flex days you have to work with. And what I mean by flex days is take a look at your school district's website. Look and see how many days of instruction that they allot for the school year. Let's say it's 100 days. Now take a look at your lesson plans and see how many days of lesson plan lessoning that you have. Let's say it's 95. So that lets you know that you have 5 flex days to work with in the year. The reason why that is important is because sometimes you get up, you don't have the range to teach. Sometimes your child doesn't have the range to learn. And if you're having one of those days, you know that you can use one of your flex days. I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to be honest and real with yourself and like, look, I can't do it today. And that is okay because you're human. Your child is human. And speaking of humanity, I know sometimes it is extremely frustrating trying to teach a child. If you're going over an area when your child is really struggling, I know sometimes you feel like your child needs to understand this concept, especially if you went over it before, but sometimes they just don't get it, and that is okay. Go back and revisit a previous lesson until they get it. What you don't want to do is yell and ask the same question, but ask it louder, because it doesn't work. I'm telling you, it don't work. I know what you're thinking. But Shug, when I was younger and stuff, my mama and my daddy and them used to do that to me and it didn't work then. So having a lot of patience is extremely important. And you got to get creative with your whole homeschooling thing. Remember, you're home, you can be flexible. Sometimes you just need to take a break, get some instruments and play. Sometimes you got to go just run around in circles, turn on some music and get it going, just to kind of get some of that negative energy off. So if you are trying to teach a concept and it is absolutely not working, you've gone through the lesson plans, you have repeated some lessons and it's just not clicking for your child, you can use social media to help you. I know, right? A lot of the social media websites will allow you to upload a quick video, and what you can do is upload a quick video explaining what the situation is, what you've tried, and how it's not working. And I'm telling you, people will chime in. They will give you advice on what to do. I know some of y'all want to upload the video of y'all going off and cussing and knocking stuff down and showing everybody how upset you are, when literally there is a better way to do it. All you got to do is ask the internet for help. The internet is there to help you, so utilize that. Now, some of the things that have been helpful for me in homeschooling are Unifix cubes. And these are these. So not only can you use these for adding and subtracting and sorting and color recognition, but you can also use these for phonics. I'm going to insert a video to show you what I'm talking about. Our word is cat.
Cat.
Change this letter A to an O. What do you have?
Art. Cot.
Good. Our word is hat.
At.
Change this letter to a B.
At. Back.
So our next one is hat.
At.
Hat. No, hat.
At.
Change this T to an M.
Ham.
Ham, good. These were extremely helpful with the whole phonics ministry because she would get so confused and she would get extremely frustrated. And another thing I had to realize is that one, we read from left to right. So the word is cab, C-A-B. What I was doing initially was I was going from my left to right, where it should have been from her left to right. Does that make sense? So you have to mirror. Once I figured it out, I was like, oh my God, all this time I'm sitting here. It was a mess until I figured it out. Another thing that has been helpful, especially if you are working on handwriting, is to use these pouches right here. And I'm going to insert a video. Now we have these dry erase paper sleeve situations. I'm not sure the exact name. I will put it on the screen. And when I purchased them, it came in a pack of 6. Initially, I was like, I don't need 6 of these. I only need 1. However, after using them, I realized how having several of them is really helpful. Now, what you do is you take your paper and you slide it inside of the pouch. You take your dry erase marker and you can write. These are good if you plan on reusing paper or if you just want to get in some extra practice for handwriting or math. I absolutely swear by these. Next, we have dry erase markers. Extremely helpful. They come in lots of different sizes and different brands here. I prefer when writing on those to use either these or these Crayola dry erase markers. When I'm writing on the board, I prefer to use these fat ones. And also using a variety of manipulatives. You want to make it fun and interesting for them. The other manipulatives that I have outside of the Unifix cubes, these poker chips, rocks. I know, right? These little horses. These came from the dollar store. These chips. They come in different colors as well. Bears. We love the bears. With the bears, you can use them for graphing, ordering, sorting colors, and you can use them for addition and subtraction. If you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on buying things, you can use things from your kitchen, such as beans, pasta, even coins. Now, on the back end, when it comes to preparing, having a guillotine has literally saved my homeschooling life. I would get so frustrated with cutting because you're looking at this stack that you have to cut, but using a guillotine just makes the process so much easier. I have a guillotine. Make sure you keep it out of your little one's way because the last thing you need is for them to slice off something from themselves or somebody else or slice off some mess that you need. You really don't need that. Now there is a safety function over here. Is that glitter? My battery's dying. Oh no. I use it to cut. It makes it so much easier than using scissors. Scissors are cool and all, but this guillotine right here is the business. And laminating. This is the laminator that I have. I picked it up on clearance at Office Max or Office Depot, whatever they're calling it nowadays. I want to say last year, 2019, for maybe $11 or so. It was on a clearance and I picked this up because the one that I had previously died and it has been holding up strong, honey. When I tell you I'm a laminating machine, literally, I am this. We are literally the same person. And the laminator uses these sheets here. You stick your paper in between these sheets and you turn it on, wait for it to heat up. This little button right here is going to turn green to let you know that, hey, we ready. And you slide it on in there and it just goes on through. Now, let me just say this. Although this laminating sheet is for one sheet of paper, I find it helpful to cut out whatever it is that I'm laminating and stick it on here. That way I can get multiple things outside of that one sheet on this. I have so many things that I have cut and laminated. Now the cool thing about laminating your papers here, it makes it more durable, and also you can write on here and erase it. Here are some additional things that I laminated and also cut using the guillotine. After doing so many cuts, you're just like, you know what? I need something other than the scissors to get me through, because it just becomes a bit of a chore. I think that was it. I know I mentioned in a previous video, but chart paper is that girl. I picked this up from IKEA. I'm not sure how much it was. It wasn't too much. And this particular stand that goes with it wasn't too much either. And it is sold separately. Now, what I like about the chart paper is that if you don't have a chalkboard or a whiteboard, you can use this to write on. Or if you're switching locations, you're working downstairs or in another room, you can use this. Now with the chart paper, one thing that I love about it is that you can add to it throughout the week. Whereas if you're writing on a whiteboard or a chalkboard, it may get erased or you may need to use it for something else. Whereas with this, once you put it up, you can add to it throughout the week, or if you're adding to it for the month. And to attach it to the wall so that there's no damage, I use painter's tape. So when you're homeschooling, you acquire a lot of books, and there is an app that helps you keep track of all your books. I'm not saying utilize this app. There are tons of apps out there that you can use, but this app, it basically catalogs all the books that you have. So there's no mystery as to what you have, right? Because sometimes you're like, do I even have this book? And you don't want to end up in a situation where you're buying extra books or you're checking out books from the library because you're not sure if you have it. Can y'all see this? I know this is real jagged. So these are all the books that she has in her catalog. And with the books, I'm able to determine which ones that she have read, if I loan any of them out. But I strongly suggest getting a book catalog software application to help organize all your books. And lastly, you're going to do a whole lot of printing. So I would suggest getting a printer that allows you to install individual ink cartridge colors that go out. There are some printers where it's just one ink cartridge and one, like all the colors in one, and once one goes out, you have to replace the whole thing. No, don't do that. Get a printer that has like the cyan, the magenta and yellow, black, right? So if one color goes out, you just have to replace that particular color instead of the whole thing. And yeah, that is it, I think, for what I wanted to say. I have 2 minutes left. If you have any additional questions regarding my experiences with homeschooling, feel free to leave a comment down below in the description bar. And thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. If you had not done so, subscribe to my channel. I upload videos almost every Tuesday, but sometimes I get busy with like house stuff, and I have videos explaining what all has been going on with my house. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, I will see you all really soon, hopefully next Tuesday. But if not, you know that I'm busy and stuff like that. All right, guys, be blessed. Peace.